Federal law allows citizens to reproduce, distribute, or exhibit portions of copyrighted motion pictures, videotapes, or video discs under certain circumstances without authorization of the copyright holder. This is called fair use and is allowed for purposes of criticism, news reporting, teaching, and parody which doesn't infringe the copyright under 17 U.S.C. 107.
Ringo TV.
Oh, really about to sit here and tell me, if you ask a woman how many men she been with, you really honestly think she's about to give you the real answer? And even if she gives you a good number, maybe 4, even if she gives you 4, will you really believe that shit? Ask yourself that. Because you go through stages in your life. You go through stages in your life, everybody has them. However, who she was back then don't determine who she is now. Is a person not allowed to change? I never said don't ask questions. You can ask as many questions as you want to. All I'm saying is that's one question you'll never know the answer to. Because ain't nobody gonna tell you the truth, for one. And for two, even if she give you a good number, you're not gonna believe it. So just skip that shit and just, what's your HIV status? What's your STD status? Did you fuck my homeboys? Ask those type of questions.
Welcome to Ringo TV Reactions. We are back again with another one. Quick discussion. I want to talk about this issue. Will a woman really tell you her body count? Now, the reason why a lot of modern women refuse to, tell you exactly their status and where they've been is because of shame and disgrace. You see, a woman, it's not supposed to be out here mingling with multiple men. It's a no-no. I don't think you guys realize the problems that you're facing, and this is one of the main reasons why the majority of women will remain single for the rest of their lives. They don't realize that they fell for the wiles of the devil, and they don't understand that they destroyed their soul already. See, most women are destroyed already, which means they can never pair bond. It's just not going to happen. Doesn't matter how good they look. Doesn't matter how pretty they are. That's as far as it goes. Getting attention online, getting likes on photos. A bunch of guys are thirsting, only want to smash. That's as far as their world go. But when it comes to them actually gravitating towards a man, they don't even have the ability to do that no more. This is why they remain on social media. This is why they remain online. This is why they can't seem to settle for a quality man. I mean, if you really were to ask the average woman, the average modern woman, why is it taking you so long to settle down with a quality man? What's the problem? You look good on the outside. You have a nice looking body. Why is it that you can't seem to settle down and just chill out? What's the problem? What's holding you back? The truth of the matter is she can't settle down because she already given her soul to Satan through the amount of encounters she had with different guys. Now, when I talk about these things, people always remain in their feelings. Nobody don't ever want to educate themselves about this. But when a woman engage in sexual activity with multiple men, she's going to go through a metamorphosis. She's going to begin to transform and change into the very image and likeness of all the men that she slept with. She will take in the DNA of these men, which is their spirit. After that, her personality will change, her attitudes. She'll have different mood swings. She will find herself acting and thinking like the very men she don't even like. And that will carry on into every new relationship. And because those men are still alive, the spirit of those men still alive in her. And this violates all sorts of scripture when you read the Bible. The Bible says that when a woman is a wife, she's bound to her husband as long as he live. Well, if a woman slept with a man, then that man technically made her his wife. You don't become a wife when you walk down the aisle and say, I do, and sign a marriage contract. No, you become a wife when a man pop you with his rod. And that's one of the biggest problems in this culture, because this culture is perverted. This culture is very satanic. And consequently, the people are not educated. And women are pretty much, I guess, free in their own mindsets to just go out there and just do whatever they want. And because of this, they don't have no clue that they're giving their soul away. They don't understand that. They don't understand the many soul ties they made. So because of this problem, we have what is known as body count, where women literally lie about the amount of men they slept with because they know it's going to affect their chances of being a wife or settling down. See, here's the thing, ladies. Whether you tell a man your true body count or not, your relationship is not going to work anyway, because you have already done been tainted. You have already done been destroyed. And by the pure fact that you would lie about your body count just goes to show that you refuse to take accountability for your own actions. Like, how do you expect to settle down with a quality man and you're lying about your history? Obviously, you don't want to take personal accountability for the things you did in your past. Instead, you want to act as if though everything is cool, and because you look cute, you figure, okay, I'm going to be able to keep this man because he's dumb and he's not going to know the difference because I'm attractive and I know he want to have sex with me. Listen, ladies, the soul ties that you carry is going to be responsible for you never settling down. And I've known many different women that are in the same boat, unable to settle down. We're talking about very attractive women, but they're unable to settle down. They can't, because they're unable to pair bond with a man. The idea of loving a man is not in their nature anymore because, number one, they've been hurt so many times, right? Which they caused. It's not that these men hurt them. These women choose to get with men that are no good because they thought they could change a bad guy into a good guy, which makes no logical sense, but they try anyway, only to fail. And then most of them had kids out of wedlock with multiple men. So now they got the burden of 2 to 4 different baby daddies. And then they got all these kids to deal with. And then on top of that, to add insult to injury, they find a quality man that they finally discovered in their life. And now that they want to settle down, because they have the baggage of the kids, the baby daddies, and the body count all together with the soul ties, it's virtually impossible for her to actually settle down. Because she's dealing with too much trauma and drama. What quality man is going to remain in a circumstance like that? And even if he wanted to rock with you, you're not going to rock with him because you're going to come to the table with an inflated sense of pride where you feel you're entitled to him being a stepdaddy. Because this is how modern women are. They'll come to you with 2 to 5 kids and expect the new guy to assume the role of a stepdaddy. Isn't that amazing? But when we see women get with a guy, if the guy have kids, the man never tell the woman, hey, I expect for you to accept my kids and be their stepmother. That never happened in the history of life. So why is it that women feel that they're entitled to a new guy just assuming the role of a stepdaddy to kids that are not his? This is crazy. Those are not my kids. I'm not taking care of your kids. But let's be accountable for who you are. If you know you're a woman and you're out there and you're sexually promiscuous with the whole world, then it's best that you be honest when you meet a man. Because if you're not honest, we're never going to be able to deal with these issues. See, these issues can only be overcome when you come to the Most High. But you're not going to overcome your body count because you figure, okay, I did what I did in the past. I'm a different person now. No, you're not. See, you can't change your age. Once you turn a certain age, you can't change that number. That number remains the same. So all of this talk about, well, you know, I was one way in the past and I changed. I don't want to hear that. Whatever you did in the past is with you today. If you were a murderer in the past, no matter how much you changed as a person, you still committed the crime. Do you understand me? There's no way around it. See, it's on your record. There's nothing you can do about it. If you was a 304 back in the day, then it doesn't matter if you stopped and today you're a different person. You still did what you did. And any new guy to get with you is supposed to know your history. And if you're going to lie about it, obviously you're ashamed about it. And if you're ashamed about it and you're lying about it, then certainly you're not the kind of woman that take accountability. So why would a man get with you and make you his woman when you're not accountable for your actions of your past, but yet you expect him to trust that you're going to be this faithful wife of his? No, it's not going to work. So let's listen to this tape again. Let's hear what she had to say and kind of break this thing down and wrap up the stream. Let's go.
Really about to sit here and tell me, if you ask a woman how many men she been with, you really honestly think she's about to give you the real answer?
We would expect her to give us the real answer because we're adults. It's no different than when a woman asks a man, what did he do for a living? Or how much money he make? You know, women would expect you to be honest. It's no different if a woman asks you, do you have a woman? Right? You should be honest about what your status is. So if you're a woman and a man asks you what's your body count and you have a problem with that or you get offended because of that, then certainly you have a high body count and you're too ashamed to actually make it very known exactly what your status and position is. See, I don't understand why women would have a hard time understanding the concept of making a man understand your history. You're expecting this man to take you as his woman. Certainly he would want to know where you've been and what you've been doing with your body, because he's going to invest in that body. And the last thing I want to do is get with a woman that been with 300 guys. And I'm walking down the street with this woman thinking, wow, I have such a beautiful woman. She's so nice and loving. But everybody on the streets is looking at me funny. And I'm like, why is everybody looking at me like this? What's really going on? Then I do a couple of searches online and I find out that you're on Pornhub and you're on all these other sites and you still have an OnlyFans that's up and all this other dirt. See, a guy don't want to be surprised by all of that stuff. So as a woman, I think that you have to be accountable and responsible to actually make this man understand who you are and where you've been. So if you're going to not tell the truth and lie about it, then certainly you know that you have an extremely high body count and you're not too proud of it. So if you're not too proud of it, then what you're also admitting is that you know that what you've done is not right. Because anybody that feel that they're sexually liberated would not be ashamed about their body count. It's actually very disgusting for a woman to be intimate with multiple men and then later on in life, after she destroyed her life, that she expect to settle down and become some princess. No, it's not going to happen that way. Your past affects your future. That's just the way it goes. If you are known in these streets as a 304, if you've been up in these clubs dropping it like it's hot, don't expect later on in life for some guy to take you serious and want to wife you up. It's not going to happen. So lying about things is not going to help you. The best thing you can do as a woman is be very upfront and honest about your past and what you've done. Because I think that in all sense and purposes, what that would do under normal circumstances, it would actually make a man take you serious and realize, okay, she admitted her past. So I can't really try to diss her because, hey, she was upfront with me. She was very apologetic about it. She seems remorseful about it. She showed a sign of that she's ashamed of her past. She's not too proud of it, but she admitted that, yeah, she did do these things and she really want to build a relationship, but she have difficulty pair ponding, or she have difficulty loving a man and trusting a man because of all the issues and baggage that she's been through. It's like she came clean with her confessions. Well, under those circumstances, there's a possibility for healing. There's a possibility that a man, especially if he's a man that is connected to the Most High Yah, there's a possibility that man can connect you to the Heavenly Father and possibly clean you up. Because at this point, woman, you're carrying demons. Let's just call it for what it is. We're not going to sugarcoat none of this stuff. Just because you look cute on the outside, just because you have a nice looking body doesn't mean nothing. You're carrying demons. You're carrying spirits. Yes, you made a confession. Yes, you are honest, but now we got to clean you up. Your spirit is tainted. You're not fit yet to be no wife. You're not fit to be no woman to do this and that. You're not fit yet. You just look good on the outside. You just look good enough to smash. I'm just keeping it a buck with you. But at this point, your mind is effed up. So in order for you to really settle with this brother, you're going to have to renew your mind. You're going to have to cleanse your soul. You're going to have to cleanse your body. Are you prepared to do that? Or are you going to be in your feelings all day talking about, well, I don't need you, I'm going to go do this? Well, obviously, you're not being accountable for your actions because you don't want the man to lead you. You don't want him to lead you.
And even if she gives you a good number, maybe 4, even if she gives you 4, will you really believe that shit?
If she have to lie and claim she's given a good number, 4, that's still a bad number. Why? Because you're not supposed to be with all those different guys. You're not supposed to be. So 4 is not a good number. There's no good number. If you're out there promiscuous as a woman, there is no good number. So just be upfront and let's stop playing these games. We're supposed to be adults, right? Y'all ladies know y'all not supposed to be out here sleeping around with everybody, but society told you that it's okay, it's cool. And this is why you're single right now. This is why you got a bunch of kids right now and you're by yourself. It's the result of you doing what you think is right. And it's not helping you. No woman in the history of life that slept around with 1,000 guys have ever settled down and become a wife and remain happy for the rest of her life. It just don't happen that way. It don't happen. Guys are not going to take you seriously. The only thing they're going to be interested in is one thing, and that's the smash. That's it.
Ask yourself that. Because you go through stages in your life. You go through stages in your life, everybody has them.
Yeah, everybody have stages in their life, but a woman going through a HOE stage, that's not a good stage. That's nothing to be proud of. So she need to confess and be upfront with a man rather than playing these games. Let's not make no excuses for these lifestyles. Women talking about they're on a HOE phase. So let me get this straight. You want to go on all these phases. You want to live your best life. And then when you finally had enough time destroying your life, now you want a quality man to save you? Come on, fam. You tripping. You tripping at this point.
However, who she was back then don't determine who she is now.
Yes, it does. Who she was back then definitely determined who she is now. Because if you got to lie about who you are now, then that means that who you were in the past is affecting who you are now. Bars. Do you feel me? I'm just stating the facts, fam. It is what it is. Let's get back into this.
Is a person not allowed to change? I never said don't ask questions. You can ask as many questions as you want to. All I'm saying is that's one question you'll never know the answer to.
That's because the women have a lot of things to hide. Because you're talking about, can a person like in other words, is it not possible for a person to change? Change from what? Change from what? What do you mean change from? Something that was horrible, something that was bad that you know is wrong? Let's listen to that again.
Now, is a person not allowed to change?
You see that? Is a person not allowed to change? Is a person not allowed to change? Change from what? A 304? Is that what you're talking about? Is a person not allowed to change? So let me get this straight. A quality man comes in your life. Rather than you being a quality woman that matches his status, he gotta accept that you changed. That's what you're telling me, that he have to accept. He gotta accept that you changed, and he's just supposed to believe that. And on top of that, you're not gonna tell him the truth about your history or anything. It's just, is a person not allowed to change? That's your excuse? This man worked his whole life to build himself up, and he met up with you, and he's assuming that you're quality, right? But the first thing you want to do is try to hide who you really are. And you want to make it appear as if though, well, my past is the past. That doesn't dictate who I am today. Yes, it does. Everything that happened to you in the past make who you are today. There's no way around that. You understand? If you were a dude and you in and out of prison, it had to shape your mind and who you are today. It had to, the good, the bad, and the ugly. And if you're a woman and you've been around the block, you must take accountability for your actions and recognize that, look, if let's think about this before we move on to that point. Matter of fact, let's just hold that point. If you know you've been around the block, you know you did all these different things, you know you've been in these streets, what makes you think that in the future, when it's time for you to finally make your mind up that you want to settle down, what makes you think that it's going to be easy? Who told you that lie? Who told you it's going to be that simple to just get with a guy and the red carpet is going to be rolled out for you when you know your past was toxic and destructive? It's not going to be that easy for you. You understand? It's no different than when you look at these so-called IG models, OnlyFans performers. Look at the stuff that they're doing. Most of these women be all over social media proud. They be like, join my OnlyFans. Everybody know what's on their OnlyFans. As soon as you say OnlyFans, the first thing you think of is X-rated material. And you could be somebody that says, hey, I got an OnlyFans where, here's my link. And people will assume that you're doing something dirty because the site sounds dirty, right? Because of what women have turned it into. So they're out here being proud about what they're doing. They're making a buckload of money, a bucket load of money. And then later on in life, after they destroy their life, is when they want a good man to just kind of forget about the things that they did in their past. Do you think that that's fair, ladies? Would you, as a woman, if you were a man, would you want to get with you, knowing that you have a history of OnlyFans, all of your materials is leaked all over the internet, it's on all different types of X-rated sites, many men have downloaded all your photos, videos, it's all on their hard drives and phones. Everybody have a history record of you. And you're expecting now that you decided to get right. Because remember, you were on Hot Girl Summer. You took girl trips. You entertained different types of guys overseas. Right? You got pregnant multiple times. You got rid of those kids, if you know what I mean. And now that you're in your mid to late 30s, early 40s, now all of a sudden, you want a guy that have worked his ass off to build himself up, to come in the picture now and pick up all the pieces from your life. Are you kidding me? This is crazy. But this is what they're doing out here.
I never said don't ask questions. You can ask as many questions as you want to. All I'm saying is that's one question you'll never know the answer to.
Now, why would we never know the answer to? What is so bad that you got to hide? See, if I'm never going to get the answer to that, it speaks volumes of all the other answers I'm never going to get. Women don't realize what they're doing. Listen, brothers, by the way this woman is talking here, it confirms that a woman can have had multiple STDs and she's never going to tell you the truth. Because if they're not going to tell you the truth about their body count, that explains many other things they're not going to tell you about. That's like if you ask a woman how many guys you gave head to, how many times you did this. Have you ever had this type of thing? Have you ever had this done to your body? Have you? They're never going to tell you. They're just going to lie about everything. So if they're lying about everything, what kind of relationship you think you're going to have? I'm telling you, brothers, you can know a woman without even spending that much time with her. All you got to do is just ask her key questions. And when you see her buckle and start buck dancing and start getting offended, why are you asking me this? I ain't doing Once you start see all of that, that's when you know what, this is not for me. Because the worst thing you can do, brothers, is get with a woman that's not honest with you. I'm talking about a woman that knows she have a history and she just keeping it on the low. That's a woman that don't want to be healed. That's a woman that don't want to be saved. She don't want to be delivered. And she definitely don't want you to guide her. She don't want guidance. She don't want no guidance, bruh. Trust and believe that.
Because ain't nobody gonna tell you the truth, for one. And for two, even if she give you a good number, you're not gonna believe it. So
Well, if she have to give me a good number to appear clean and appear good, then she's not worth anything. Why you gotta lie? If you're so liberated, if you're so free, and you're so proud of yourself, why are you hiding all of this information? That's all I'm asking. I'm trying to figure out, why would anybody want to hide information like this if they are getting involved with someone?
Oh, just skip that shit and just, what's your HIV status? What's your STD status? Did you fuck my homeboys?
Would she even tell you the truth when it comes to that? Of course not. It don't even make no sense you ask her any of those questions, because if a woman is not interested in telling you her true body count, then asking her any other question is a waste of time. That's how I look at it. So brothers, when you hear women talk like this, in terms of talking about, well, you know, if they tell you this is you know, you're not going to get the correct answer, and they're not going to tell you all this other stuff. Trust and believe that if they're not truthful about their body count history, they're not going to be truthful about anything you ask them. Because once a woman is a liar, she will always be a liar. And what she had to say regarding, oh, I could change, you know, the past is my past, I'm different now. No, you're still a liar. So it's all cap. It's all cap, brothers. Trust and believe.
Ask those type of questions.
No. Anyway, fam, I'm out. Peace.
If you like our content, consider supporting via Cash App at $Ringo TV Raw. Become a patron on patreon.com for exclusive video content not shown on YouTube. You could also support through PayPal at paypal.me/RingoTVRaw. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and click the bell to be notified of new content. Follow me on Instagram at RingoTVRaw.
This is Ringo TV Reactions, the only channel on YouTube bringing you the truth, 100% raw and uncut. I'm out. Peace.